My mother was trying to kill us. With fat.
With fat?
Oh, sure. I mean, with that food. I mean, this is way before cholesterol and that whole bit. You know, I mean, 7-year-olds were having heart attacks. See, but you ate it because she said the same thing to you every meal. Clean your plate. Children in Europe are starving. Eat everything. Children in Europe are starving, right?
Yeah.
So I go to Europe for the first time. You know what I see? Fat schlubs. Everybody, big beasts, waddling, eating everything with an accent. I mean, forget. I never believed my mother from that day on, I'll tell you. But the food was sensational, right? I mean, but you didn't even call it by its name, the food. You called it by what it did to your body.
I don't get you.
Would you say, hey, Ma, pass me some of that burning sensation I'm having in my colon?
You know, it's funny because a lot of the comedians that I've interviewed, their humor centers around food, around the family dining room table.
Well, yeah, sure. Well, that's because most of their families came from Russia, see? And in Russia, they had no food. I mean, sand was a beverage. I mean, like in my family, my uncle Schmucklich, when he came here and saw a supermarket for the first time, proposed to a brisket. Well, it was talk he had to. See, but for me, my family was like Dances with Jews. Oh, sure. We had names for our relatives like they had in that movie.
What do you mean?
Oh, we had eats with his hands, spits when he talks, makes noise when he bends, sweats like a pig, whines in a cab, never buys retail, shaves his back.
Now, were you always funny?
Compared to you, yes. Let me give you a fashion tip. The pants go on the bottom. Where's my drummer? Sure.
Now, so you got your humor from the family?
Oh, yeah, my father had a great sense of humor. He died when we were kids. He was always doing stuff like that. What a kid.
No. Who was your biggest influence?
All of them, the entire herd. They were a joyous people. See, they spoke Yiddish, which is a language of coughing and spitting. So until I was 15, I lived in a raincoat.
When did you start performing?
After dinner. Oh, sure. After all the food in the entire world had been eaten, the tow trucks would come and take the relatives into the living room, and that meant it was showtime. My brother Stan and I would perform for the relatives. We loved to make them laugh, and that's where it started for me. And who would think that from that living room in Brooklyn in the 30s to CBS in 1956, and I would have my own television show? I mean, it's incredible to... Oh, excuse me. That was something I did as a child. Oh, sure. Why not I remember?